is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Spring Fever. As always, it's me, XFL Jim.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the XFL!
Joined, of course, by the man himself, Eric, a.k.a. Uncle Rico.
Whoa.
We have a very beautiful episode ahead of you today. We're going to be talking UFL Championship. We're going to be talking a little CFL. Eric, before any of that, though, I know you probably didn't see this, but AF1, Arena Football 1, had one of my favorite clips of the entire week. Check this out.
Oh, I saw it.
You saw this. You did see this. Beautiful.
I saw it.
Look at that mass unit. Oh, God. So good.
And then just lay it out.
Absolutely just blasted.
And then just lay it out. I fucking love it, dude.
Oh, my God.
I love it.
Washington Wolfpack can't catch a break. What a great time to be alive. Eric, there's UFL Championship talk to be had. The UFL season has come to a close. The DC Defenders are your victors, are your champions. They defeated the Michigan Panthers 58-34. What a fucking game. How much of this did you watch?
Until halftime.
Yeah, it was in person. It was, I mean, as far as blowouts go, very fun blowout. Shout out Ermin Phillips in the chat on YouTube. Shout out my boy Ermin. My boy Christian. Best spring football season since 2020. I said what I said. Also, shout out to Bozo for DC Future. Yes. Had the future on the Defenders. Was giving that away early on. Eric, as far as blowouts go, it was fun. And I thought it was going to be a game until, like, the last half. Or the last, like, third of the second quarter.
Yeah.
When DC just blew the doors off them.
I knew at halftime it was over, dude.
At halftime, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, done.
No, I'm saying, like, going into the...
There was that quick turnover. Was that on the kick?
Yeah, so that was second quarter.
Yeah.
That was like, okay, this is back and forth. Like, these teams are going at it. And then kickoff turnover, DC scores. And then DC, like, marches down the field, scores. And then they get the ball, like, at the end of the first half, and scoring it 31 points in the second quarter for the Defenders.
Which is absolutely unheard of.
And then after that, there's just no way that Michigan could, like, come back.
Yeah.
There was no way they could keep up. Michigan's defense was getting torched all game.
Yeah, it just... They had no stops, and the Defenders' defense was allowed to get stops when it needed stops.
The two turnovers were massive.
So I have some questions for you.
Okay, I'm ready for the questions.
How did this year compare to last year?
In what way?
Well, you tell me, like, atmosphere, how it was pregame, the whole 9 yards. Like, what was different this year compared to last year?
Like, in the championship game?
Yeah, like you being there in person.
So the vibes were a little different. The Fan Fest, I thought, was really cool. They actually had players out there, which I don't believe they had last year. They had some Battlehawks guys come out and talk with people. That was super cool. It didn't fully have, like, a championship atmosphere.
Okay.
Like the game itself. But I'm not sold on the fact that it did last year either.
How was the tailgate situation?
Tailgate was fun. There was less people tailgating, but the tailgates going on were super lively, and, like, there was food for everybody. I was drinking a bunch. The tailgates were a blast.
Now, you kind of answered this before. Outside the stadium, was there a feel that there's a championship game? Were you, like, outside the stadium, like, signs, UFL championship stuff, like anything like that going on?
No.
So, like, okay. Watching it now, you've been when it's been in Canton.
I've been to Canton, and I've been to St. Louis twice.
And St. Louis is insanely bigger than Canton. Watching it on TV, it looks very empty. Do you feel?
Yes.
Do you feel moving forward, the game would be better suited playing at a smaller venue like a Canton or a field? You know what I mean? Just a soccer field somewhere, so
I
that
think
it looks better on TV. I'll give ESPN props. Sunday morning, I turned on the TV. It just happened to be on ESPN. And they were showing UFL, but the thing that stood out was like, holy shit, everything that is showing, there's no one there.
Yeah.
So visual wise, do you think it would be better if it was held in a smaller arena than it would, because then it would look better on TV?
I think Canton would be a good choice. It's not just the arena size, because you also have to factor in how can you get people to go there. In St. Louis, no knock on St. Louis. If they're not in the championship game, to get people from like
care?
DC and Michigan, there's not really a whole lot that brings people to St. Louis. Canton, it does have the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And you're like close enough to like the Rock and Roll Hall. You're close to like some other landmarks. There's things that bring people that people will like want to go and do. If they like rotate different venues in the UFL, putting it in like a DC where there's plenty to do, people want a reason to go out to DC, that would be fun. I also, personally, I saw someone had this take on Twitter. I wouldn't mind them just holding it in Arlington.
Yeah, you're already there.
Yeah, you're already there. If you're only getting like 15, like less than 20,000 people in St. Louis, why spend the money to bring it all to that market? Just host it in Arlington where you guys, all the teams are already there. You're close to Dallas, so it's like a pretty cool spot to go to. It's an easy airport that everyone can get to. And
what is it? Texas Live is there.
Yeah.
That big sports bar.
St. Louis does have something like that now. They got FanDuel Live. They have something like that in St. Louis. I think it just opened up.
Ooh, I'll have to look at that. Beer and food prices. Talk to me about them.
Oh, totally reasonable. I think it was like $6 a beer.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, it was like totally reasonable. And they were, it might have been 8, but they were tall boys.
Okay.
So it was tall boys and then food. I think, so I got 2 tall boys and a chicken sandwich for like 20, like 20, $25. Okay. Not bad. Really not bad.
This was the most, how can I word this? I felt this was the most prepared and focused we've seen the defenders in a long time.
Oh.
Pretty much all season. Do you feel that was kind of Dr. Death's hand in that game and that game plan? Do you feel behind the scenes he had a little bit of stuff going on?
You think Dr. Heat was coming back in?
I mean, do you feel like there was he had a little bit of a hand in there because that's his son out there?
I mean, maybe. Potentially. The defense did like lock it down. My biggest surprise for the defenders was how much better their run game looked in this game compared to what we've seen in the last like half of the season.
Yeah. Who was the crowd behind?
I'd say it was a pretty even mix. Probably more Defenders fans, maybe. But the Defenders fans, to me, were on the complete opposite side of the arena. So around me, it was more Michigan fans. But I saw a healthy mix of both. And for like, even as small as the crowd was overall, I think what they report, like 15,000 tickets, probably not that many people in the stadium. It was like, at least in person, it was fairly loud.
Now, my last question is this. The Rock DMs you, says, Jimby, you're in charge, Jimbo.
I'm in charge of what?
You're in charge of the UFL. He gives you the keys.
I'm the king of the United Football League.
You have the keys right now. You are calling the shots.
Okay.
What can they do to make that game bigger?
I mean, they could actually market it.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, so I think there's a mix of things going on with St. Louis and why like Battlehawks fans, just their crowd size has shrunk a little bit this year, and also like they're not going to the championship game. I do think that the UFL tries and like does milk St. Louis a little bit too much.
In what way?
They try and promote it. They try and put all of their content there. They gave them an extra home game.
Biggest stadium.
It's the biggest stadium, but like those fans can only support so much.
Yeah. Now, one more question for you.
Well, I was also going to say,
sorry.
Well, it was that I would market it, and then I feel like it wasn't marketed online properly. Where, hey, the championship game's coming up. We've said it millions of times. You have all these ESPN shows. Why aren't you promoting this? Why don't we have UFL players coming on to things and like talking about it? The marketing this whole season, I talked with plenty of fans there and plenty of people. Something about the marketing and like the social media presence especially has felt off all year.
Do you feel like right now, Jim, and I know you're a big TikTok guy, the big thing in TikTok is the Yeti Bigfoot AI generated.
You been getting those too?
Well, I mean, like, do you feel like they could have given, you know what I mean? They could have said, hey, Perkins, vlog a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, we'll make it. We'll edit it up. You just film yourself doing shit.
That or like the teams have people filming them. Like, why aren't we doing more of that?
You know what I mean? Like, why? Like that. I guess that's my question. Do you feel like that?
Because like there are players like Travis Feeney for the Battlehawks, Eric.
Yeah.
He was doing weekly vlogs of like what it's like to be in the UFL and be a player. But the league, why isn't the league promoting that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
That's all just like him doing it personally because he's interested in that stuff.
Yeah. I agree 100%, dude.
100%. The marketing, the social media, and like being ingrained in the cities was awful this year.
Mm.
What I would do if I was king of the UFL, I'd take a look at what Michigan did and try and replicate that as much as possible.
Mm.
Did you see I think we talked about it last week, but their watch party?
I did not know.
No. Did you see the trading card thing?
No.
Okay, so the Michigan Panthers in Detroit, they did a watch party. If you went to the watch party, you could get your picture taken, and then it was turned into a Michigan Panthers trading card.
That's pretty fucking cool. Dude.
That's awesome, right?
That's pretty fucking cool.
That's fucking sick. And so stuff like that is just so easy to do. If you can't get the players in the markets living, doing stuff like that is so important.
I think that hits the nail on the head. It's just basic shit like that. Whoever thought of that's a fucking genius.
Yes, 100%.
You know?
And the other thing I would do, like, again, I would...
But it goes back when we looked at these LinkedIn pages. Like, we looked at
yes.
that dude's LinkedIn page. That dude's, like, engulfed. He's in it.
He knows Detroit.
Yeah.
But I would 100%, no matter what, next year, move the championship game out of St. Louis. Whether you're in Audi, whether you're in Arlington, whether you're wherever. I understand why they do St. Louis, because especially if you're going to have the season go so late,
yeah,
you can't have it in like Arlington at this time of year. You couldn't have it in Houston this time of year. You couldn't have it in Birmingham or Memphis this time of year.
People are soft, dude. People are soft.
You got to have it in a dome if you're going to do it this late.
Too hot, Jim.
So if you're doing it in a dome, that gives you Michigan, St. Louis, or San Antonio.
Why don't they do it in DC?
I think the prevailing theory was they were trying to do it in DC this season, but there were scheduling conflicts with the venue.
Okay.
It would be awesome if they did do it in DC. Again, though, the reason they prefer domes is they don't want weather to be a factor at all. Because if there is a weather delay,
weather and a factor in one of those, and then in a Stallions game for a championship.
Yep. Now I don't know about for a championship, but for a game there was.
Yeah.
And like even being like the league championship game, if it's on ABC or Fox, if there's a significant weather delay, it's gonna get bumped.
Yeah.
So like they really cannot have weather be a factor at all.
100%.
So maybe you move the season up, but I understand playing it in a dome. I'd be fine next year. You put it in Audi, you put it in Arlington, or you put it in Canton. Those are the 3 places I think it would be really fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will say this. People talk about Canton like it's some mecca. The 2023 USFL championship game was not nearly as packed as 2022.
Okay.
The year 2, but also like
you made a comment when we were talked about this back in Canton when it was at Canton. You said people in Canton had no idea what was going on there. When you're going around the hot nightlife of St. Louis, did people know that the UFL was going on there?
Some do, some don't. Like they recognize, like I was wearing an XFL shirt, they recognize that. I'm sure the hardcore fans obviously do. Maybe in St. Louis you just have more hardcore fans. The casuals don't care.
Okay.
There's like little to no promotion, dude.
Okay.
What was I gonna say? I do think you need to figure something out because what the USFL had in 2022, what the UFL had last year, the novelty of year 1 has worn off.
Yeah,
and
100%.
We're going into year 3 now. We need to figure out ways to drum up excitement and get people interested.
Yep.
I think we found like a floor. We found a baseline of where the UFL sits as far as like crowds, TV ratings, things like that. I feel like this is the baseline. We need to step it up.
Okay. All right. Respect.
I think this was the first modern day spring football championship game that didn't average over 1 million views.
Which isn't good. But then again, it was a blowout. It wasn't really close. Like
true.
Hypothetically,
it did start, I think, with like 1.7.
So if that game would have been close, maybe it would have ended with 1.
Maybe,
you know what I mean? But
the
game was over at halftime.
I know.
You know
it's
what
like,
I mean? Like
still more
hard.
competitive than last year, crazily.
It's hard when you have, you know what I mean, that much.
Oh, a blowout, yeah, it's tough. It's tough,
dude. So,
but I'd say overall, successful season. We'll do like a full season recap next week. But the championship game was fun. The environment and like just for me personally, getting to interact with people that I only see online is very fun.
Mm-hmm.
Took a bunch of pictures with people. That was a blast. I had fun.
Took a picture of yourself in a stall.
That was on the way back. The way back. I blew up that gas station. Oh god, dude.
Blew it up.
Yeah, got replied by J.M.R. Smith on that one. That was sick.
J.M.R. Smith gave you a reply?
Yeah, he did.
What'd he say?
He just said, "Jim, what's up, buddy? It looks like you were still like reeling from the beer."
Dude, see, look at dude. Everyone loves you, dude. No one loves me, man.
Oh, people love you, Uncle Rico. Look at that. Eric selling out, being so bet pro.
Okay. So let me just say this. I got messaged if I wanted to enter their little contest for free. That was it. I didn't pay to be in their contest. I do no promo for them. I don't post anything there. They messaged me and asked me if I wanted to be in their contest for free, which had a huge loophole and didn't even turn out to be a fun contest. So,
oh, also, I met one of the fans, Jon Snow. If you see him in the chat, met him. Great dude. Mm-hmm. He's a big handicapper. He got into the UFL through like gambling Twitter and stuff like that.
Okay.
He handicaps in the most insane way that I've ever seen anyone handicap.
Which way?
So he comes up to me in the casino I'm in.
Yeah.
He reaches into this bag and then pulls out a stack of papers like this tall.
Uh-huh.
They're all astrology charts. We need to get him on here to do a full in-depth breakdown. But it's all vibes. It's so crazy. I love it. He's looking at the stars and how people are supposed to be acting at this point. It's awesome. It's fucking awesome. Also, never staying at that hotel again. Just warning, DraftKings Casino at the Queen Royal or something like that, don't stay there.
Why?
So I stayed at the same place last year.
Yeah.
The room I got was fine. Comically small TV. Maybe a 22-inch screen TV.
Okay,
Comically small. But
that's fine.
the room was fine last year. It's like, oh, it's pretty decent. Like, the beds are comfy. Bathroom's nice. Different floor this year. This must be the prison level floor. There were stains on the carpet. The shower, like, blasted you. And then there was burn marks on, like, half the outlets.
I mean, why did you just get a new room?
That's a good point. The beds were comfy.
I will say this, though. Props to ABC Chicago. They actually showed the game.
Oh, yeah. Good. Did you see what the top markets were for TV?
I'm guessing DC and Detroit.
Birmingham, dude.
Really? Birmingham's just a football city,
The
man.
top markets for, like, TV for the UFL is, like, Birmingham, New Orleans, and Tulsa.
Okay.
So bring back the Breakers.
Bring it back, the Breakers.
What was the? I guess I can't ask you how the broadcast was since you never listened to it with audio or anything. But
Yeah, I didn't.
I 100% agree with you that, like, the complaining about fans and stands isn't so much as, like, oh, I want the league to make a bunch of money from getting fans in the stands. I want it to be a better visual product on TV. Like, because the games this season, the football this season, was the best football we have seen in a spring football league in the modern day, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the actual level of play, the competitiveness, the parity, aside from, like, San Antonio just being, like, god-awful, this was the highest it's been.
Yeah.
But when you tune into a game, and the first thing you see is, like, nobody in the stands.
It just
it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
Christian's asked favorite moment of the year. Oh,
I'm gonna say that first game when Michigan just boat raced the defenders.
the first time they played.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
that was kind of like Perkins's coming out party.
I would agree with that. I would say, honestly, probably both times the Renegades played the Defenders.
Oh,
Like the two highest scoring games in the season. Those were instant classics. Stallions Battlehawks too. Week 8. That game was awesome. That game was fucking sick. But we're gonna do a full season recap and, like, autopsy. I think, Eric, it'd be fun next week to go over like 5 things we loved, 5 things we disliked or we want to change.
So 5 things we like, 5 things we didn't like.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun for next week. And I think I'm gonna go back and look at our preseason hot takes, see how we did.
Okay, that should be fun.
That'll be fun. And then, it'll be fun to speculate about. Oh, just off the top of your head, give me one market that you want to see them expand to. If they're going to 2, give me one. I'll give the other one.
San Diego.
If they do San Diego, I would love for them to go either Oakland or Seattle. Preferably Seattle.
Okay.
Yeah, go to San Diego, bring back the fleet from the AAF.
There we go.
Where would they play? What is that? Is that Snapdragon Stadium?
Old school Jack Murphy Stadium.
No, where does San Diego State play?
Oh, that I have no idea.
Snapdragon Stadium. Eric, guess the capacity of Snapdragon Stadium.
20,000.
34,000 is the record for football.
And that's a lot of people.
Well, 34,000 is not, like, that's perfect. That's, like, great size.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay. Respect.
For, like, a max capacity.
Yeah.
That's, like, perfect for this league. Yeah, go to San Diego. Eric, again, I keep wanting to ask about the broadcast, but you didn't watch anything.
Well, I mean, I had it on. I didn't.
You have it on, but, like, yeah. Because, like, the best part about the UFL is the things they do on the broadcast. Like, when they're my favorite thing, and I watched, like, the highlights. I watched this game back. One of my favorite things that this league does is interviewing the backup quarterback and like
Yeah.
discussing with him about like what's going on this drive.
Mm-hmm.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
Love it. Jordan Tomu got his revenge, by the way, this game.
Jordan Tomu finally knows he's going to retire.
Got the champion. What a storyline, huh?
Give the keys over to the rightful owner, Spencer Sanders.
If he comes back. He looked like the real MVP out there. I'll say that much.
Yep.
Stats for Jordan Tomu, by the way, 21 for 28, 390, 4 touchdowns.
Okay. Pretty good. Pretty good.
He had 8 rushes for 28 yards and a touchdown as well.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good.
The thing is, like, Bryce Perkins and the Michigan Panthers stats aren't bad. Like, Bryce Perkins went 21 for 35, 338, and 4 touchdowns, but with 1 interception.
It was just the turnovers. Like, the turnovers kind of got the game.
Like, his turnover and then that kickoff turnover. Like, the middle 12 just killed Michigan.
Yeah.
And they could never, like, they were just trying to play catch up. They never could. And they tried the 4th and 12 twice out of desperation, and it was just... It's tough. It's tough. Still a successful season for the Panthers, though.
Hell of a season, dude. Hell of a season.
Also, quick take, Eric. Who wins next year? If only these teams return.
Birmingham. I'm gonna go Birmingham.
I'm gonna go Houston.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Look at you, buddy.
Yeah. How you like them apples?
Jimmy Lanky.
Eric. We'll do a quick little CFL recap too. Any before we move on from the UFL? Any other parting words?
I got none.
Do better on marketing. That's mine. Week 2 recap of the CFL. Here are your scores. Eric, you called it. Winnipeg beats BC 34-20.
Thank you.
Montreal decimated Ottawa 39-18. Calgary wins 29-19 over Toronto, and Saskatchewan at 28-23. Montreal is the only team in the East Conference that has a win after 2 weeks.
So I have a trend for this week, and it fits into 2 games, Jimmy.
Oh, okay. Well, don't tell me the games yet. Don't tell me the games yet.
Okay.
I do want to say Ottawa, we're going to give a little bit of slack to, just because.
Playing number, I mean, Jesus, their offense is so limited.
Yeah, their quarterback was it was Matthew Schiltz. And you know, when you rock with Schiltz, you get one or the other. It's like extreme both ways. 22 for 32, 205, 1 tutty, but 3 interceptions.
That's just not going to cut it.
Schiltz will either he'll win you the game or he'll lose you the game. That's the only way he plays. The biggest surprise for me, and probably biggest disappointment after 2 weeks, the Toronto Argonauts.
Yeah, they just can't seem to piece it together, man.
Well, I mean, Nick Arbuckle is who we thought he was.
Yeah.
You can't string together that many wins. They kind of want Chad Kelly back, probably.
Yeah.
They need him to get healthy.
Again, I'm spacing. What's going on with him?
He's still banged up. Remember, he got injured at the end of last season, so he's still
I didn't know if he was suspended again or.
No, they're still. He's not suspended. Not suspended. Eric, moving on to this week, though. Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Time, the Montreal Alouettes take on the Edmonton Elks. The Alouettes on a hot streak right now. They're 6.5-point favorites. Over-under is 48.5, plus 230 on the money line for the Elks. Everyone's loving the Elks this year, by the way.
Why?
I don't know. They've just been a very trendy pick.
I kind of feel like those were our babies, and now everyone's trying to steal them.
Yeah, I love the Elks too. I feel like our teams were the Elks and the Red Blacks.
Yeah, and now everyone's trying to take.
It's cool. I'm full on the Rough Riders. But yes, 6.5. What are we doing here, Eric?
So let me pull something up here, Jimmy. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. I was so caught up and locked in my other trend, I didn't even get this trend, Jim. And
didn't even get this trend.
I apologize, Jim. I apologize. So let me pull this up here. So what we're going to look at, Jim, is we're going to look at teams that have won that are 2-0.
Okay.
In week 3.
2-0 in week 3. I like it. I like it. What does the stats say, Mr. Rico?
All right. No difference. 19 and 18.
Okay.
19 and 18. No edge there.
So
No.
what does your heart tell you? What does the heart of the
My
cards tell
heart
you for
tells
6.5?
me to take the Elks, who are coming off of a bye, off of a disappointing performance, and you're playing a Montreal team, which in week 1, they beat Toronto at home. Week 2, they traveled to Ottawa. Now, week 3, they're traveling again to Edmonton. That's a lot of travel. Playing a team that is coming off a bye, coming off a disappointing performance. I think you have Montreal that possibly could be a little bit overvalued. Also, this is a short week, dude.
Yeah, Friday to Thursday is not too bad.
It's still short, dude.
It is still short. That is fair.
It's still short. Let me do this, dude. Let's do this, dude. All right. So day we'll do. Is there a day? Are they gonna give me this?
I like
Time of day.
with the stat page.
Day of the week. Okay. So we're gonna look Thursday. We're just gonna look at Thursday because they play on Thursday, right?
Correct.
All right. Thursday. Oh, visitors actually better on Thursday. Dogs are actually 95, 68, and 2 on Thursday.
Dogs are?
Yeah. Okay. 58, 20. This is 20 years, dude. 95, 68, and 2, 58.3%, 12.6% ROI.
It looks like you're probably going to be able to get a 7 too.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to stay on this. I'm going to be on. I kind of like that. I'm going to be definitely. I'm going to play the trend here, dude.
Eric, I'm going to keep it simple. We've been doing this for what, 2.5 years, 3 years now?
Yeah. You fade the Elks. What is it? Fade the Elks on the road?
No. You fade the Elks normally at home because remember they're terrible at home.
Yeah.
But you fade the Elks as a favorite. They play close games. They lose close.
Yeah.
They lose close. Give me the Elks plus the 6.5. I'm gonna wait on this till 7 too. What you do is you take the Elks with the points, but you never touch the money line.
Okay. Right.
That's what you do. Jay says, where are the Breakers? They're in New Orleans. Breakers are in New Orleans, hopefully. Friday, June 20th, 6:30 p.m. Some Friday night football. Speaking of which, I caught a couple broadcasts. I caught week 1, didn't catch last week because I was in St. Louis. The broadcast, the way the CFL is doing, like the Friday night football, mwah, chef's kiss. It's been great. They're getting like players to come on and talk and do stuff. It's awesome. The Rough Riders are taking on the Toronto Argonauts. The Rough Riders are 3-point favorites in Toronto, over under 48.5, plus 140 on the money line for the Argos.
So, Jim, my big trend is this. Okay. We call this the kitchen sink trend.
Okay.
You don't want to go 0-3. Teams
not.
In week 3 that lost their first 2 games last 20 years. 65.8% against the number.
Okay.
28.2% ROI. That's when I see a trend that's 65%, that's just an auto bet for me. I don't care who's playing quarterback for what team.
You just see the numbers.
I just see the trends, and I know that if I play this 6 out of 10 times, I'm gonna basically win close to 7, 6.5 times. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Almost 7 times.
So you're on the Argos here.
I'm on the Argos, dude. Give me the Argos.
You gonna take them straight up?
I'm gonna definitely take them plus the 3.5. 3.
It's 3 right now. You might be getting a 3.5 if you wait just like a little bit. It's maybe trending there. I'm not 100% sure. Probably gonna stick around 3.
I'm looking at this one right here. This next one. Is there someone hurt for the Stamps?
Yes. So you see the Red Blacks versus the Stamps. Speaking of which, I'm on Toronto as well. This is the other way to feel this if you're just like a gut handicapper. Saskatchewan can never string together this many good games in a row. This is like a classic Rough Riders loss coming up. So I'm on Toronto straight up and +3. So Ottawa versus Calgary. Ottawa is a half-point favorite over on DraftKings, over under 51.5, -108 on the money line for Calgary. Calgary is without star wide receiver Reggie Bagleton. He is on the IR for 6 weeks.
So if he's here, how much is he worth?
I mean, this is probably a close game regardless.
Yeah, it shouldn't be worth that much.
The issue for me with Calgary is more so that they haven't shown that they've been able to super run the ball.
The trust says, excuse me, to take Ottawa. So I'm taking Ottawa, dude.
That's fine. But also, for me, with Vernon Adams in as quarterback, Reggie Bagleton so far hasn't been like their number one guy. It's been like Philpott and Rhymes, which is, again, Rhymes was one of his guys over at BC.
Which makes sense because he has a connection.
I don't know if this fully hurts like Calgary that bad.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take Calgary here.
I like it.
Our first disagreement.
All right. We're going to have a t-shirt bet? Whoa.
Not this week, Eric. Oh, speaking of which, I got your shirt. I got to send it to you.
All right. You got to let me know how much money I owe you.
None. Last game, Saturday evening, 6 p.m., Winnipeg, BC. The Bombers are 3-point favorites here, Eric. Over under 50.5. +142 on the money line. Guess what? They're running it back.
I know. And now we're gonna go back to BC because this is an over adjustment.
Yeah, this is actually crazy over adjustment. 3 points at home. I'm gonna take BC here +3 and sprinkle a little bit on the money line. Give me also a BC and Toronto parlay.
I'm gonna do a
+480.
BC Toronto, and I'm gonna try to get Ottawa at a better number.
Yeah, if you can get Ottawa, right now they're -112 money line.
Yeah.
What game do you think will be the most exciting this week?
What game? Oh, BC and Winnipeg.
I'm going to guess either BC, Winnipeg. I'm going to pick Montreal versus Edmonton.
Okay.
This could be a Trey Ford breakout game.
Trey Ford breakout game?
Yeah, he looks like a stud this one.
Trey Ford legacy game?
But they just they come up just short.
Trey Ford legacy game? Are you calling it right now, Jim?
Maybe. You ready now, Eric?
Yep.
Oh, what is this? Here's a little update, Eric. On 6/18/2025 today, Lions starting quarterback was able to practice in limited capacity.
Who was that?
He missed practice on Wednesday. Nathan Rourke.
Oh, so maybe
he did not practice Wednesday.
So maybe it's a little rookie.
Yeah, the quarterback. Okay. So maybe no Nathan Rourke. You know who the backup is?
I have no idea.
Our boy Jeremiah Masoli.
Oh yeah.
He'll be in there for like a quarter and a half before he breaks his spine again. I love Jeremiah Masoli. He's electric. He's awesome. This dude plays maybe like 2 games a season at this point. He's broken. And if he doesn't play, like if he gets hurt, who's their backup? Who's the backup? You want to guess who the backup is?
Jesus Christ. I have no idea.
It's Chase Bryce from App State.
Okay.
Isn't that that's a real recent App State guy, right?
Who?
Chase Bryce.
I don't know off the top of my head.
Played App State. What years did he play in App State? 21 to 22. He played at Clemson, Duke. Oh, he was the Duke transfer. He was the guy from Duke who transferred to App State.
Oh, yeah. I remember that fucker.
Yeah.
Yep. I remember that fucker.
So he's the backup.
Okay.
But now, Eric, it's time to build us a DraftKings lineup.
Oh, my God, Joe. Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah, we're doing it this time. We're doing it in the CFL, baby.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. I know I'm putting you on the spot. You put me on the spot with your questions. I'm putting you on the spot with the DraftKings.
Jim, I'm not even ready for this, dude.
I know you're not, baby. I know you're not. So you got Nathan Rourke questionable. Oh, also, what? Zach Collaros is out? What? Oh, is he still suspended? Yeah, that's right. That's right.
What's he suspended for?
Didn't do a drug test or something, so he's suspended for a few weeks. I still think Winnipeg will be fine though.
Hold on, Jimmy. Hold on, Jimmy.
Oh, I'm holding on, baby.
I'm trying to find fucking.
We gotta go quick though, Eric. I have other obligations. We got to speed run this, Eric.
You got to speed run it. All right. What?
Justin Paul. We got to speed run this. Quarterback.
Who has the highest over under?
Highest over under would be. It's kind of a tie between Ottawa, Calgary, and Winnipeg, BC. Winnipeg, BC is 50.5. Ottawa, Calgary is 51.5. Jace asks, "Do I think the Eskimos are winning?" I do not. I think they're going to keep it close but lose. But those are your two highest over unders. So which would mean
quarterback
Vernon Adams, Davis. Vernon Adams, Drew Brown's out. Oh God. So maybe Nathan Rourke, Vernon Adams.
Vernon Adams is due for a tutty. He has game 3 has yet to throw a touch.
He is 10,100.
So
a little pricey, but it's fine.
We gotta do. Yeah, put Vernon.
Okay, we got Vernon in there.
Now go to a wide receiver, partner him with the guy you mentioned earlier.
Which one?
You mentioned he was targeting that guy who used to play at BC with him.
No, that Vernon was targeting. Okay, I got you. We're gonna go with either Philpott or Rhymes. We'll go Philpott.
Okay. No.
Actually, no, we'll go Rhymes. We're gonna go Rhymes. Okay, we got Dominic Rhymes in there. That's the stack. That's the quarterback wide receiver stack.
I think I found the page I wanted.
Oh, Eric, we gotta go faster than this. You gotta speed run this, baby. Come on.
All right. Who? Give me a guy from Winnipeg.
Guy from Winnipeg. What position?
A flex.
Flex. We could go good old reliable. We could go Nick Dembski.
Go with the Dumpster.
Yep. Also, wouldn't hate taking Winnipeg's running back either. Because Oliveira is questionable, but Peterson might get some play. So, we'll see. We'll see. We can come back to that. You want another flex? Give me a team.
Oh, hold on, Jimmy. I'm getting.
Oh, we gotta go, Eric. We gotta go.
Jimmy.
We gotta go, baby.
This is a work of art here. 49, 48. All right, I need people in the Ottawa-Calgary game.
What position?
All right, dude.
What team? Does it matter?
No, we need one on each. Who has the better running back?
We have Dominic Rhymes for Calgary right now, just so you know.
Okay, so give me someone from Ottawa.
Okay, we'll give you someone from Ottawa. We can go we can go Stanback. Yeah, let's go Walter Stanback. Running back, boom. Stanback in Ottawa.
All right, give me someone from BC.
BC, we're gonna go wide receiver here.
Well, remember that whatchamacallit may not play.
I know. We're gonna go. Well, it's either I don't like. The issue is I don't know if I like. No, we'll go James Butler. There you go.
All right.
Because James Butler also is a factor in the passing game.
Now I know I said this. Give me Montreal's defense.
I like it. I love it. They're the number one defense. Boom. We have 6,300 here for our last pick, Eric.
Give me a guy from Toronto.
Give you a guy from Toronto. Boom. We are going to go. Oh, my boy. Is he questionable or is he hurt? Okay, we don't know if Jadarian Grant's going to go. Oh, my God. We'll go. You know what? We'll go Ungerer the third. Boom. So we got Vern Adams, Walter Stanback, Dominic Rhymes. We've got David Ungerer, Nick Dembski, James Butler, and the Alouettes defense.
Oh, yeah. Sounds like a winning
I really
lineup
like.
to me.
I like this lineup.
Sounds
All right,
like
Eric. Any partial, final, parting words for the people?
Jim, good UFL season. Look forward to the next season, season 3, and hopefully you can carry over your momentum.
Hopefully, I can get a media pass next year.
I have an NFL media pass somehow.
I don't even have a UFL media pass.
I'm a member of the NFL media. If that makes you feel any better, bud.
It makes me feel very, very special to know you. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you for listening. We appreciate it. We love you. And we'll see you next week for another episode of Spring Fever. Bye-bye.